If we're honest with ourselves, most of us have put on a few extra pounds over the course of the pandemic. But one local man looked into the mirror and decided to do something about it. Not only did he lose the weight, but he wants to help others through long-term changes and faith. And to tell us more, I want to welcome Laurent Che, a spoken word artist and a health and fitness advisor. Thank you so much for talking to us today, Laurent.
Hi, Mona. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So talk to us about your journey. How much did you weigh before? How much you weigh now?
Yeah, so I was sitting at about 240 pounds, and these days I live around about 190.
Wow, congratulations on that. And you look so good. But was there a point where there was an epiphany moment when you decided, I got to take action, I've got to get started? How did you get started?
Yeah, I absolutely did have an epiphany moment, and I actually talk about that in the upcoming seminar I'm having this month. So I'll leave that as a surprise for people to look forward to. But in a nutshell, I had a moment where I was kind of tired of sugarcoating my situation, and I decided to actually sit with how bitter it was, and that led me to raising my standard and ultimately changing my lifestyle, which changed everything for me.
Okay, now you're down by 50 pounds in 7 months, and you want to help others, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I founded a program called Tending to Your Temple. And, after going through my own weight loss journey, I learned a lot. I discovered what I could do because I remember sitting on the other side of 200. I never thought that I would make it down to the 190s. And I shared a transformation video on social media that got a lot of attention from my community. And I had people reaching out, asking for some assistance who were friends of mine. And I just kind of shared a little bit of advice, and they were reaching back a couple months later saying, hey, man, I lost 10 pounds just from talking to you. Hey, I lost 15 pounds just from talking to you. And I thought, hey, you know what, maybe I can share this with my community, and I can also share how my faith influenced my journey as well.
All right. Well, we were looking at some great pictures of you on your journey. But this really interests me. How does faith play a part in all of this?
Absolutely. So the program is called Tending to Your Temple, and the name actually comes from a scripture, 1 Corinthians 6:19-20, which talks about how our bodies are temples and that we should actually honor God with our bodies. And, I've heard that growing up in the church all my life, and it was typically referred to in the sense of abstaining from like drugs or alcohol or purity or things like that. But how about just maintaining our temple? How about just treating it well, drinking water, exercising it, being intentional with the things that we put in our body, good sleeping habits and things like that to lead to longer life. And that's a really good way of honoring God with our bodies. And shifting that approach is what really allowed me to push through and get to the goal that I set out to achieve. And I'm really just excited to share that with everybody in my community.
Thank you so much. That's just an honor to have you share all this information with us. But you have an event coming up. So tell us a little bit about that and how people can connect with you.
Absolutely. Saturday, January 29th, we are having the Tending to Your Temple faith-based weight loss seminar at Holiday Inn Eastgate in their conference center ballroom. It is open to everyone, churches, organizations. Registration and tickets can be found at tendtoyourtemple.eventbrite.com. And it actually is there on the screen for you. So I encourage anyone who is looking to make that transformation, if you've been thinking about, hey, you know what, I should get healthier, come out and learn, how I did it in my experience, learn from someone who's been where you are. And I'll be sharing 5 segments, health and fitness mindset, understanding calories, your relationship with food, the power of planning, and sustainable cardio and exercise, on which I'll actually be bringing in a professional exercise and movement specialist as well. So I look forward to sharing that with you all.
Wonderful. Laurent, those are all great things. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us today, and I hope people will take advantage of the event.
Thank you so much, Mona. I appreciate it. My family loves the show.